interested in learning a new programming language, and not interested in coding. So it's been a while. I was searching for some kind of language where I can just get into coding with get into development with less coding. So finally I found OutSystems, and I'm really excited to learn more about it. So that led me here. So
That's
that's
awesome. That's awesome, Kritika. And you know what? So user groups mainly target techies from other technologies and
Mhm.
to help them get reskilled in OutSystems. So I'm glad that someone new is attending our user group session today. So thank you so much once again for taking the time to introduce yourself and joining the session on time.
Thank you.
And yeah, and I see Rahul has joined. So Rahul, all set for today's session?
Hey, yes, Krishna.
Awesome, awesome, Rahul, awesome. Okay, so let's get started. So from today, at least for the sessions that I'm gonna host, we will directly be starting with the technical session, as most of you would already be knowing what user group is and how to enroll to a user group session and how to join a user group session. Okay, so if you have any questions on OutSystems user groups or on any initiatives from the OutSystems community, just Google OutSystems community and you will find the answer. Still, you can very well reach out to me via LinkedIn. I'll send my LinkedIn URL in the chat and I'll pin the message as well. And for any questions, request you to please drop your questions in the Q&A section. I have started a Q&A section, so feel free to drop your questions. At the end, we will allocate, say, 5 minutes to address all your questions. We will try our best to cover all the questions. And there shall be a quiz at the end, and the winners of the quiz, the top three winners, shall be getting swag kits. So please focus and make sure you pay attention to every detail on with whatever Rahul utters during his session. And I would like to thank Rahul here for taking his time and putting efforts to be here and put up some interesting content, that too particularly with ODC. So thank you so much, Rahul. Over to you.
Hey, thanks, Krishna. Okay, so I just directly start the technical session. Let me share my screen and we'll start with the PPT first.
I believe Rahul's voice is clear to all of you. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so is it visible to you, everyone?
Yes, Rahul. Yes, it is.
Okay. So in this today's session, we will learn about the user management of the Odyssey environment. Okay, so here we will learn about the user management via Odyssey portal, how to provide and revoke role in the Odyssey portal. Also, we see how we develop the logic to invite user in the application, how to provide a roles, all over the user life cycle, how users will belong in the environment, and the users by API. Odyssey introduced a new API for the user management, so we will learn about this well. And at the last, we will have a question and answer session. So let me show you. Okay, so this is the screen for the Odyssey portal. So in the Odyssey portal, if everyone know about the Odyssey, so we know like deployment logs,
Uduma,
configuration.
Uduma, Palma, waste photo. Uduma, Parala,
Complete the
So
Odyssey
requesting
portal.
all of you to please go on mute. In the meantime, let me unmute. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Krishna. Okay, so this is the Odyssey portal screen. Inside, we can see the application list, deployments, logs, configuration, and user management, and all the things in the one place. In O11, what we seen, we have the three different type of portal. One is for the service center, one for the lifetime where we can deploy the application, and one for the separate user management. But now Odyssey provide a single source or single application for all over the things. Okay, so if you see, here is the user tab, user menu in the left side in the manage section. Okay, so once you click on this part, you will see all the user list in the below section. Okay, and after that, if you want to invite the user, you just click on the invite user, and you will see there are two or three section here based on the permissions. So there is a email address, organization access, and end user access. Okay, so email is mandatory. Organization access, like the user can access the portal, Odyssey portal, or user can access the application. So that kind of role you can provide from the organization action, and end user access is the application user. So like in the portal, you have 4 5 application, or as the requirement have many application, but whatever the application you provide access, you can set it in the end user access and click on the send invite. So user receive one email notification with the verification code, and you can there is a one link where you can put all the things, and user can complete their registration, and after that they can access the application. So if you see, there is a okay, so I have find a one user with the my name, and you can see the one user. Whenever you create a one user in one environment, it's belong in the all in portal. So let's suppose you have one domain. Inside your domain, you have 2 or 3 stages or environment, like development, test, QA, or production. Okay, so if you create a user inside development environment, this user belongs to also in a QA and the production environment. Can see I have searched myself, Rahul Sahu, and you can see this users belong in all 3 stages: development, test, and production. Okay, here is the application name which I hide for some purpose. But yeah, you can click on the manage role, and you can provide role and revoke the roles from Odyssey portal. See, I click on the manage part, and you can see here you can select or deselect the specific role, and you can put on. So I select a test. Same thing you can select as a production environment, test environment, development environment. So this is the one thing you can do by the Odyssey portal. Now, okay. Now, this is the Odyssey portal where we can create a user, where we can provide a grant and revoke the role of particular application or the organization level. So this is the thing from the Odyssey portal. Now I came on the Service Studio, oh sorry, Odyssey Studio. Okay, inside the Odyssey Studio, how we will create a user, or how we will send an invitation to user to join our application or organization level. Okay, so you can see this is the user entity which provided by Odyssey. Okay, this is the default entity where you can see only these 4 attributes: ID, name, email, and photo URL. So name and email is mandatory, photo URL is optional attributes. This user entity is a cache entity of Odyssey portal users. If you delete user from the Odyssey portal, this will not delete from this user entity. It will exist. This is a one point which I mentioned here. Okay, like if you delete one user from Odyssey portal directly, so let's suppose this is my user. Okay, and if I delete from the portal directly, but this user still exists from this user entity, because this is not a real-time entity. This is a cache of user entity. Okay, now when we send an invite, or we need to register user inside the Odyssey portal by programming, so you have this two action. One is server action, one is client action. Start user registration and finish user registration. So these two action we will need to use to complete the registration. Okay, start user registration will create a record inside the user entity. Okay, because it accept only the users a record name, email, and photo URL. Based on that, it will output a user registration which is success. Success, then it will provide a verification code, and if it is fail, then it will send like email address wrong, name is wrong, okay, invalid email, and some other things, whatever inside it. But is success false if user is not registered. If user is registered, then it is success, and it will provide verification code and user ID. Okay, and after that, finish user registration. This is a client action. Okay, once user receive this verification code, so he can open whatever the screen we have created to complete the registration. Will open it, will put their email address, okay, and verification code, and based on that, the password he or she selected, and then it will provide the registration result, which is success or fail. If it is success, then it will provide a user ID again. If it is fail, then it will provide this reason. What is the exact reason for the failure? Like invalid verification code, password complexity, or invalid email. So this is the two main action we will use for user registration. Now, so here I have demo slide which I already created. Like in the real time, we don't face any network issue, so that's why I created demo. I will explain the step by step. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. Let me show you here. Okay. Just give me a moment.
Sure, sure.
Hey, sorry guys. Let me share it again.
Yeah, no problem, Rahul. So just to give a context of what Rahul is trying to show is a demo that showcases how we can manage users from the ODC portal and yeah. So the introduction part is done. A very brief introduction was done, and now we are on to demo.
Yeah.
Yes, Rahul.
So now it's visible again.
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay. 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 So now you can see this is the Odyssey portal screen. Okay. Here you can see how we can invite the user, which I show inside the only one picture. Now you can see the actual how where we need to click and we can select the other steps. So we have this user section. Wait, I keep it again. Now you can see this application. See, this is the email address, organization access, and the end user access. So we have this application list in a different stages. So I can select different stages. So let's see, I have one application which I have created RS Sandbox, which you can see in the blue, where I can search it. Okay, so inside it, you can see it's on a QA and development environment. Now, when I click, put the email address and click on the send invite. So once I click on the send invite, the user will register here. And right now, this is the active status, but whatever the other user I have sent the invitation, so this will complete as a pending verification because the one verification code sent by ODC. Okay, and once we complete the all the steps, then it will come as an active status. Okay, if you see now, I came inside the ODC studio. Okay, here I will create a screen one by one. If you can see inside this flow, I don't have any the user invite screen. So let's see. On the login screen, we have this. This is the particular common screen of the login. Okay, so now, yeah, I just created a new screen inside the main flow, which is the user invite. Just put the title. I have just taken a one form. Okay, and the just taking one input parameter, which is the user ID. So I just change the form name as a user form. Yeah, and I take aggregate, which is the user. So I can fetch the record based on the user ID. Now I just drag and drop, so the form is created. So see, here we have only the three fields: a name, email, and the photo URL. Name and email is compulsory, but see, if you want to the more detail about the user, so you need to create an extension of the user, like user detail, user extension, something like that, and you can put one-on-one relationship between them, and you can keep the extra information of the user for your business purpose, whatever you want. But in the user entity, we have only the limited these three attributes. Yeah, I change the button name as an invite. Yeah, I just put one more button for the cancel. Like if I do not want to send invitation, then I click on the cancel, and I will set this as a home screen, whatever the home screen I have, and click on the send invite. This is the default one, you already know about one. Yeah, I just set this user name and email address as a mandatory. Yeah, so here See, right now I already mentioned for the user registration, we need to take two attributes. One is, two action, which is the send user registration and finish user registration. So let's see. So I just create a one common action, which is the user invite. Okay. Inside, I have taken the user record as a user entity. Yep. So see, inside the system action, I don't have any user registration. So I just open the public element. Okay. And searching by the user. So you can see two action. One is finish user registration. I already have the user registration. I need to select it. I added as a user registration. Just drag and drop this user registration. I pass my user record inside it. Yes. And map the attributes. Yes. So I take same as the output of the user registration result and I assign whatever the user registration written. Okay. Here I take drag and drop this user invite action. Yeah. So see, whatever the portal do, I have created the same thing here. So right now I have sent, I just registered user inside the portal, but how the user know like they received the email. So I just go inside the email flow and adding a one template for the send invitation. Okay, so let's see how I have created this email. Let's invite user and so I added some inputs, which is the like the reset flow. So here you can see the application name, customer email, or verification, which is the mandatory verification code and email. Okay. So now I just added some content subject, which we already know whenever we create a email flow. So we have to provide subject and to something that. Okay. So I just skip this. Okay. Yeah. Now on site inside this invite user email, I create one link. So like user can complete the flow of the user registration, which they receive a verification code, they can fill it and complete flow. So get started. The link name I change it. Okay. So I have created a new screen, which is we can say complete registration. On the menu, I have used the user invite link. This page. Okay. So on that part, uh, any other question on that part? Right now, you have any question here till now?
I don't see any questions in the chat. Yeah.
Okay.
Would anyone be willing to ask any question now? We can proceed, Rahul.
Okay. Okay. Sure. So okay. On the next part, we can see I just publish the application and open inside the browser. So I provide the user invite link, and this is the home page of my application. Okay. So on the user invite, let's see what happened. See, right now I don't have permission to access this skin, so I need to go on the Odyssey portal and provide the permission. So this step also I have mentioned in this part. You can see. And user access, I have searched my application name. Okay. So when I click on the manage, see, so I don't have the admin role. So I just admin role and save it. Then after that, I will be able to access this particular page because I have provided the role. Only the admin role can access this. So I need to log out and log in the application again. Yeah, because the URL is saved inside the redirect URL. That's why this same screen will open. I've changed the URL and see I able to access the particular screen. Okay. This is the mandatory validation I have. So the required field is coming. Now I put username and the email address. The photo URL is optional, so I can send the invite. So on my portal, I don't have the SMTP configuration. That's why this issue will be. But no worries. The next step we can see it. See now, I just put the users. See now, this user came here pending registration status because the registration is not complete. Because we have only sent the user registration, not the user registration by the user. That's why it's a pending registration. Now, once user will access the screen and complete the flow by putting application code, then this status will change as a end user. And the second thing you can see here, the access. I have provided only the end user access, nothing else. So there are two access. One is a member, end user, member and end user. Okay. So the application wise, we created a user which always a end user, not a member. If I need to create this user as a member, then I need to go on the organization level again. Okay. And change the role as a organization. So they become as a member and end user, and they can access this portal as well. See, on this three dot click, you can see there are two options, view detail or delete. So I can delete user as well from here. Okay. Now I go on the next part. Yeah. See here on this user invite action, I keep the condition like the user registration is complete or not. If it is complete, then I provide this RS sandbox role, which role I have created inside the roles section or roles folder. Okay, so on the send invite, you can see I have sent the email as well, but due to some SMTP issue, I'm not able to send the mail. So what we have done for the showing purpose, I just disable it and I just log the message. So you can see this thing. Yeah. So the log message you already know, like the log message we use to show the information or put the message inside the Odyssey portal logs. So yeah, here I'm searching the log message. So this element I need to edit. Just go public element and search as a log message. So you can see, yeah, this one client action is a log message. I just add it. On the message, I have added the verification code and putting the category value as a user invite code, something that. So like I can show you the all user will complete user registration. So I just publish it. Yeah, that flow is complete. I have published it. Now let's see the next step. Yeah. Here I've deleted the user again. So we will register it again and see. Yeah, this is the pending registration. I delete this user. Now I've sent it invitation again. Yeah, now you can see the message. Whatever I have added when the user registration is success, so has been invited. Okay, now see this user is registered with as a pending registration, and now we can see inside the log message. See, this is a message verification we added. So I just logged out myself, so we can complete the registration flow. I just open the URL complete registration created. Okay, here you can see I put the code, passwords. Okay, on and behind this save password button, I have used the finish user registration action. So I have passed this email address and verification code, and after that, let's see. Once the save password is clicked, we can see message your password was changed successfully. Okay, and I logged inside the application. So now I'm going inside the user again, so we can see the status is changed or not. See, the status has been changed as a active. So because they can access the application. Now on the user invite, you can see I provide the admin role, but the user creation part, I have select only the RS sandbox role. So this particular screen is not able to access due to the permission issue. Okay. Now, okay. So Right now, we have seen how we are registered user by the Odyssey Studio or by the Logic, how we can invite the user inside our application or inside our portal. Okay. Now, OutSystem Developer Cloud, Odyssey is providing some user management API to access the roles, to access particular user or all the user create by API, user delete by API. Okay, and the groups, roles group we have created inside portal, so we can access by the user management API. Okay, so the user management API for roles, but application roles, you can see this two type of API we have: get application role, key and users. Okay, so particular user specific role we can access it, or all application role we can access it. Now, the second part inside user management API, we have the users. Okay, so on the user we can see the list, like we can create a bulk user, we can select a user, we can particular user create, delete a user. Okay, so this document also available, so you can read it on this particular API details whatever we have. So this is the users API. Okay, now the last one is the group. So based on that group we can create a group. Okay, we can get and post. Yeah, so we can select a group, we can delete a group, we can create a group by this API also. Same we have can do with users, but roles we can access it, not we can create. We don't have any method for the create one, because our system is not providing outside role we can create it. Okay, we at the design time we can only create the roles. Okay, so same concept we have here. Now, so how we can access this API? So for this access API, we have some steps. I will describe these steps line by line. Inside the Odyssey portal, in the manage menu, we have one sub menu which is the API client. Why this API client we have? Because directly we cannot consume this API. Okay, before that we need a token to access this particular API. Okay, and for the token generate, we need to set this client key and client secret inside the Odyssey portal. Okay, once you click on the API client, so you can see the list of API clients which you have created. Okay, and based on that, you can use the key and secret. But if you want to create a new one, you can create. So here you need to provide a client name, description, and expiration date. And there is a one more part, user management access, like in the which particular stage you want access this API, like only development, on QA, on production, or all the environment. So you can tick based on your requirement and you can access this API. So I have used only the development environment for the view, manage, or delete users. Okay, so see, I have provided this API name or client name as a Rahul API. Okay, so once I save it, key client credential is generated. One is client ID, one is client secret. Okay, now inside the user on the document also we have this URL, but if you want I will share with you as well. See, for the token generate, we direct let me show you this. If you see this auth realme, and this something, a particular key which I highlighted in red color. This is a portal specific or domain specific key. Okay, so let's suppose you have one domain which is the ABC, which is the different key, which is
Now, this is breaking very frequently now. Am I audible to you, Rahul?
You can generate it. You have this first URL.
Rahul, you're not audible.
Inside your portal. Okay. In so I will describe you with API and user detail API. If you see this HTTP, this again the domain name will
Rahul,
be
am I
your
audible to
portal.
you? Would it be possible for you to repeat whatever you just mentioned? We were not able to hear you earlier.
Okay, from okay, I will describe these steps again.
From client ID, client secret. Once you are done, once the client ID and client secret got generated, what's next from that part? Yeah.
Yeah, so the user management API, we cannot directly access it. We have some barrierization. Okay, so this authorization we need a token. Okay, and the token also need a one key to generate a environment wise token. Okay, so whenever you access this API, you need to generate a token first. Okay, for token generation and accessing this API, you need to follow first this step API. The second steps, you need to open this well connect well known OpenID configuration. Okay, you need to see this is the token API where you get a token of your access for this user detail API, roles API, or groups API. Okay, this is the whole uh, URL for this API. Okay, domain name, auth realme. If you see this red color highlighted, this is a particular key or domain wise. Okay, so let's domain is different, your domain is different, this key will be definitely different. Okay, so from where you can find this key, you need to go on this URL where you can provide your domain and you can this screen on the browser. Okay, so key you need to copy and you need to replace with this, and you can generate a token and you can access the other API. Hope here I am clear.
Yes, Rahul. Maybe if you can repeat the first part alone on
This one,
where exactly will we be getting. So you hit the first URL, you get a key
yes.
somewhere. Can you show us the position where that key has to be copied? We saw a bunch of text.
Okay, so see, whenever you open this URL in the browser, you just need to change this Odyssey portal domain with your domain. Okay,
Hmm.
and when you open screen, hope you see this
Yeah, yeah,
screenshot. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
inside it
We
you
were
can
able to see. Yeah.
see this particular key. Okay, just copy your this particular URL, and after that, we can consume this API. So I will show you that we can consume this token API. Based on token, how we can access this user detail API. Okay. I'm going on the again demo part. Okay, which I already have open. See here, right now I would show on inside the PPT.
Rahul,
Here we can see
we
the
lost you. Can you
actual
repeat?
example. Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so what I'm PPT, whatever we shown here is the actual demo how we can set up the okay. So I just on the create API, I provide the name and select the access, and once I create the client API, so this is the create. So I just copied this one for token. Okay. Now inside the ODC Studio, I consume a one API inside the
Rahul,
REST flow.
extremely sorry to
Okay.
be
So let me one
interrupting.
by one.
Your voice is breaking.
What a token?
Rahul, I'm so sorry. Your voice is breaking very frequently. Would you be willing to close what was the necessary tab? I also switched off my video. So can you?
Okay, okay, sure, sure. Not
Yeah, okay. Can you move to a place with better network connectivity? Not sure, but your voice is frequently breaking. Okay, please,
okay,
please
sure,
try.
sure, sure, sure.
Please try.
Now clear?
Now I can hear you clearly. Yes, please.
Hmm. Okay. So screen is visible.
Yes, Rahul.
Okay. So I have consumed um, the REST flow one method, which is the get token, but token is not a get method. It's always a post. Okay. So I just put the URL whatever I have made. So copied and paste. Yeah, this token, and before that I put the URL my domain.
Rahul, your screen share stopped and your voice was again breaking. Okay, I don't see Rahul anywhere. Okay, let's wait for Rahul to join us again. I guess he had pressed the leave meeting button instead of stop sharing. That happens very often. Okay. Ra-
Form encoded.
Rahul, we lost you in the middle. Your screen share stopped and we were not able to hear you. So can you repeat? And your
Yeah,
voice was very, yeah, okay. Please go ahead.
you skin. I will explain it.
Yeah, sure. I Yeah, sure. But I don't have any of these links with me. Would you be okay sharing that with me?
Okay, okay, okay. Then not an
Yeah.
issue. Let me share it.
Yeah. For time being, please.
Hmm. Okay, so let me know. Is it visible again?
Yes, Rahul, it is visible.
Hmm. Okay, so what I'm saying, there are three
You
inputs
we lost you when
for the
you opened the REST API consumption
token method.
part. when you right click, when you consume the API, when you mentioned post for token, get token, that's where we lost you.
Okay, no issue. I will repeat it again. Okay, so when we consume the REST API, I just let me back again. Yeah, yeah. So I put the response, whatever the response for the token API from the document. Okay, we already have the document of this. On the finish, to added 3 input, which is mandatory for the token method. So let me show. One is the grant type, one is client ID, and one is the client secret. And request format is the form URL encoded. Okay, the client secret and client ID we copied.
Let's wait for Rahul, guys. Really sorry for the inconvenience. I know this has been a very interesting topic. To summarize, Rahul is now briefing on the user management API. He showed us the list of user management APIs that are available. Now he is showing us the steps on how can we consume the user management API. Okay, yep. Let's wait. Rahul, we lost you. Could you please repeat whatever you just mentioned in the last 1 minute? Rahul, am I audible to you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
For once, can you please repeat plus, yeah, maybe, yeah, please.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so for the consumption part, method is completed, and after that, I've created only action to access inside the server action. The client secret I have generated as an encoded URL and provide inside the token API. And after that, I've created only the screen for access this get token. And see, I have provide only the button. Okay, and the JSON one to show the response. Okay, JSON response, whatever come inside it, we can show it. We can see. So I just drag and drop get token. Yeah, and let's see. I have published the application. When I click on the get token, you can see this token. I have access it. The steps which I mentioned from the detail API or user API. So in the same method, I have again click the REST method, which is the get, and I provide the URL which I mentioned inside the PPT. Users and key. So I just copied from the document. Yeah, users and name. Okay. Response I have put it. The response also you can see on the document. Uh, okay, and one part is the authorization as an input parameter I had, because I need to pass the token, whatever the token I have generated. So I just create
Guys, please stay there. I'm calling Rahul. Okay, I couldn't reach Rahul. Let's wait for him to rejoin. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, guys. Guess have to bear the glitch for time being. Rahul, we lost you
okay.
again for the
So
last 2-3 minutes. We couldn't see you, neither we were able to see a screen nor hear you. So maybe if not for the recording, can you stop the recording and just convey what you were trying to say, as the recording seemed to be causing a lot of glitch, a lot of breakage in your voice.
okay,
So
okay, no issue, no issue.
yeah, for time being, I see download is an option definitely, but if you can, I don't know if I'm not sure if how long will it be taking to download the video yet. Yeah, whatever you feel suitable, you please go ahead, as playing the video is just breaking your voice and we were not able to understand what you were saying.
Okay, so the last steps I will mention it again. Just give me.
Rahul, we lost you are on mute, Rahul.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Just give me
now
a
we
minute.
can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. I will open the
Sure.
offline video. I will show you again.
Oh yeah, that will be great if you have the video downloaded, please. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Nani, Sia, for the suggestions. Let's see if things get better.
Okay, so I'm share the last video. Okay, so let me know if it is visible. Once it is visible.
Sure, Rahul. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can see the video, Rahul. It's very clear.
Yeah. Okay. So here you can see the token API we have seen. Now I just increase the get user detail API. Okay. This is the token API we already seen. Now, okay, I just go back. So I mention the user API. Okay. Here, yeah, I have just added here I will edit one more method, which is the get for the get user detail. So we can see it. Yeah, the response I copied from the document, I put it. Okay, and the users API where I can provide the user email or whatever the name. The second part, in the header, I need to provide this authorization. This authorization is the barrier token. So for access this API, first we need to use get token API. So let's see. Okay, once I have set up all the thing and finished, so you can see this get user API, email ID, authorization, and the response. For this access, I just created a one server action in the same way. So I take the response, whatever we get, same as the response in the output. And the inside the input, I provide a search key. So I can put the name or email address so I can get the user detail. Okay, so I just drag and drop, and inside email ID, I provide the search key. Authorization is a barrier token. So first I need to get a token API, and I need to assign in the authorization as a barrier plus my token. Yep, I provide this token. Yeah. Yeah. Now this will set the assignment for the response, which come when the get user API response. On the screen in the same Odyssey API, I have taken one input parameter or input box to type. So we can search the user by name or by email address. So I just forward these steps. Yeah. And taking a one button. So once I click on it, so we can get a user detail. Yep. In the search key, I have assigned my search parameter, and the response I have assigned. Okay, so I added one variable as a response, get user response. Yeah, and assign that. Now inside that second part, I just drag and drop the parameters of the response. So we can see the details. Yeah, inside the second container, you can see I just drag and drop the result part. Yeah. And I just publish this application again. And on the browser, I refresh this part. So we can see the input box and the button as well. Yeah. Here I put my username or maybe name. Yeah, Saurol, and click on the get user. So we can see in the right side, the details has been come. The key is the user ID, name, email address, status, organization role. See, here I don't have, this is the, let me come back again. Key. This rahul.sahu@asia.com. This is the only the application role because it's a end user, not a organization. So that's why it's become as a blank. I mean, not a tick. But you can see the other username I find, which will provide the has yeah, when I click on it, so this user have the organization role as well. That's why it's come as a tick. Now, in this way, you can access the API, token API, and the other API as well. Okay, so you can practice on that part. So access the role API, user API, other user API, and the roles groups API. Yep. So I think let me check it. Anything else pending?
Sure, Rahul. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have completed everything. Now over to you, Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rahul, for a very insightful demo. In spite of the network glitches, the takeaway was huge. So we were
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to learn about, and it was actually it was a very heavy loaded session. To be honest, you covered a lot of insightful things, details, and I really appreciate your planning of recording everything as a video so that you'll be able to fast forward the unimportant things and you can focus only on those essential details that are relevant to the topic. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ram.
Yeah.
So we have two questions. We had a question earlier from someone, so maybe I'll just ask that and then we can move on to the next topic. I mean the quiz. DMs. Okay, do we have any questions? Anyone? Does anyone have any questions?
Hello, am I
Yeah.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Pritham? Hello.
You are audible. You are
Okay.
audible.
Yes. In the shared environment, in ODC shared environment, we have a default role that is a developer. So, as a developer, if I have a developer role, so can I have access to this API clients?
You are talking about like the training portal which you provide by Odyssey, right?
Right. Yes.
No, no. Inside that, you don't have access. Uh,
So, what is the minimum role a user should have to access this API clients?
you need this organization role, basically, I think member inside the organization member, then you can access this API because the Odyssey training will provide only the shared environment. That's why they didn't provide all the access.
Okay. Okay. One more question. Um in O11, we have this user application. So I can means as an admin, I can update, change a password of a specific user. Just I want to change the password of that user, so I can change
Mhm.
the password. But I don't see any option uh, in the portal or in the APIs that I can only update just a password of the user. So
Yeah, it's a security purpose here, more security purpose, because you cannot change the password of other user. If you want it, you need to send an email first of this particular user with the verification code. Once they provide, they need to provide their old password and new password, and then they can change it. Or if you have one more thing, which is the reset password. Okay,
okay,
so you can find it inside the system action, which is the reset password. In the same reset password also you need a verification code.
okay.
So you can you can write a logic to get a code, and you can change the password.
Okay, okay. Means just to summarize that in ODC we don't have a direct access to the user's passwords. Means we can't directly
Right.
update the passwords, right?
Yes, right.
Okay,
Because you can see in the O11, whenever you create a user, you can directly set up password.
right.
But here, the process is changed. You need to send a code to the user, and user can complete the flow.
Okay, okay, okay.
That's why,
Thank you so much,
yeah.
Rahul. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rahul. And we have a question from Jeevita. Is there any way to fetch application information in ODC? As in O11, we have application entity in system module. So do we have any similar entities in ODC?
No, right now inside the Odyssey, we don't have any application entity. It's limited right now, but we can hopefully we can assume the API will be soon released.
Understood. Understood, Rahul. And we have another question from Akasapu Charan. Can't we create users without registration?
That you can do it, but you need to set some logic for it. Like inside one action, you can get one token first, and after that you can set a password. So you can do it.
Okay, Rahul. Okay. All right, Rahul. So I guess we are done with questions. If you have any new questions, guys, feel free to reach out to Rahul via LinkedIn and yeah, or post your questions in forums. I believe you will get a proper insight from any of the active community members. So, Rahul, I guess we can move on to the next section, which is the quiz section. And
Yeah.
once that is done, once the winners are announced, we can wrap the session for today. Okay, guys, I am sharing my screen. So there are totally 10 questions. Okay. Yeah. I believe my screen is visible to all of you with the game pin. Requesting you to please join the game from your mobile phone so that you'll be able to see the questions in your laptop and you can answer from your mobile phone for faster response. Please provide your full name while joining the session so that happen to win we will be able to understand that you are the person who has won the quiz and it'll be easy for us to courier this packet as well. Let's wait for one more minute. I see 16 of you. Maybe if we get 5 more, that will be nice. Anyone else? Guys, 30 seconds more. We'll be starting the quiz in another 30 minutes. Okay, 30 seconds up. Let's start the quiz. is a very easy question. It's ODC portal. Well done, Aditya. Moving on to the second question. The right answer is finish user registration. Congratulations, Wajahat. The right answer is true. Roles can be created only during design time. Awesome. We see new names: Sahana, Rachri, Nani, Ramprasad, Christina. Well done, guys. One for all stages is the right answer. So if you create a user in one stage, you don't have to create the same user across other stages. Very well done, Rajshri. 6 more questions. Start user registration is the right answer. So Rajshri again on the top. It's true. Very well done, Ram Prasad. Very well done. Right answer is client secret. Well done, Wazahat, Sachin and Rajshri. We need new names. Please, we need somebody new to win the quiz this time. Newcomers, please try your best. Please give your best. Yes, they do have. Very nice. The right answer is from ODC portal. Great. Wazahat, Sachin and Sia, the podium. The last question. The right answer is bearer token. Very well done, Christina. Sachin. Wazahat. Great job. Sahana and Nani, a very big shout out to the two of you. So, winners, requesting you to please drop me an 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah. Great. Stop sharing. Winners Wazahat, Sachin, and Christina, requesting you to please provide your email IDs to me via DM. I'll make sure to reach you out with the necessary details that I would need to ship the swag kit. Yeah, please drop me your emails. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining today's session. And thank you so much, Rahul, for all the insights. And thank you, Sia, for joining today's session. Your presence really added a lot of value. And yep. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you everyone.